Hey there, folks. This is Rob Wells here, the Landlord Warrior, coming to you with another Landlord Warrior Tip. Man, it's been a crazy day, crazy week out here, folks. Landlord Warrior Tip of the day, man, while on the road, is always think before you take action. Let me back up why I say think before you take action here. I was talking with a landlord today. They had completed the eviction process, and they had decided to do what's called an owner move-in under the Tenants Protection Act. And they had questions about, how long, you have to live in the home. Can the tenant come back and sue me if I don't live in the home? And, the crazy thing about it is the Tenants Protection Act isn't very clear about those types of questions. It's a relatively new statute. What I've been telling owners, since the Tenants Protection Act came out is, listen, you got to do what the notice says you state you're going to do, because if not, in Cali, they're sue happy. And, your tenant gets a whiff that, hey, you said in your 30 or 60-day notice you're going to move in, and you don't do that. Well, guess what? That kind of opens the door to a lawsuit, particularly for like wrongful eviction, among other things. Why? Because what's your tenant going to say? They're going to say you lied to them, and X, Y, and Z. And this particular landlord had those types of questions. And it got me thinking, and I had to tell the landlord, part of the problem is the acts have already been done. In fact, you completed the eviction yourself pretty much, and it's kind of a little too late to ask these questions now. It's better to ask those questions before you take action, before you, give a 60-day notice, before you go to eviction court. Because, these issues are very true, and listen, like, I'm a black law type of guy too. If the code doesn't say what the terms and conditions are, I'm going to argue, well, you didn't violate the law. What's guaranteed, though, is, sue happy tenant. They can make your life a lot miserable, basically. Cost you a whole lot of money for a gray area. And the worst thing about this situation was this particular landlord would have been exempt from the Tenants Protection Act. Could have used a plain old 60-day notice. And for all of you in the business, you can give a termination notice to a month-to-month agreement without cause or without listing any type of reason on it. Pretty much for any legal reason but an illegal reason, such as you're like discriminating against someone, that type of deal, if you're exempt from the Tenants Protection Act. So the moral of the story is, folks, is you want to kind of think about these issues before you actually do them, particularly with counsel or someone that knows what they're doing, or they're just doing it every day. Because I'll tell you personally, that's like the first conversation we have, is talking over these issues, and just making sure there's no funny business. So, you can sleep good at night after you do your eviction. You get an eviction judgment from the judge that, you're not going to get sued for, some type of shenanigans down the road. So, folks, that's my tip of the day. It's been wild today. And I'll tell you this right now, if you guys do have tips, or you guys have questions and you want them answered, I'll try to answer them my best of my ability here. Leave them out in the comments and we'll get to you soon. Till next time, folks, Landlord Warrior out. Take care.